I'm live. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Happy Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. Feliz Día Internacional de la Mujer. We're celebrating women. I'm celebrating myself because you have to start at home. Home is where the heart is. And so I'm at my pool on top of this lovely mountain. I just got back from the gym. My trainer kicked my behind. That's part of my love for myself. So I'm about to take a dip in the pool so you guys can join me, sort of. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do, a little something different for Women's Day. So I'm going to position this camera right here. I'm going to take off my little goodies. Don't worry, it's not that kind of a show. It's not that. I know, isn't it beautiful? The view is awesome. I love where I live. I love where I live. I'm never leaving here. I might have to buy this house, just saying. Let me put this down here. You can enjoy the pool view. I'll be right with you. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'm not a pro. As you know, I'm not a pro. But I got a lot of love. That usually makes up for things. Okay, so. Whew, getting ready. Getting ready. I hope the water's not freezing. How are you guys? Happy Wednesday. Feliz miércoles. Glasses. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not gonna freeze. Uno, dos, y tres. Oh my gosh, it's too high. Oh. Hi. Okay. All right, so I don't know, maybe it's not such a good idea. I thought it'd be fun to do a live stream from the pool because I've done it from every place else. So I thought, why not the pool? So hello again. Happy Women's Day. So I wanted to come on. I actually forgot until some people started saying it today that it was International Women's Day. So I thought, what a perfect time to do a live stream and just celebrate women, our strength, our heart, how loving and caring we are. We're givers, as you know, although it's not good to give too much. Got to receive too, ladies. So this is me giving to myself and receiving. And I actually receive a lot when I do these live streams. I try to give, but I feel like I also receive too because I enjoy them so much. So, but I will tell you one thing I wanted to talk about today, aside from that, is a lot of people ask about life in the DR and, you know, what you do for work, things like that. By the way, I might stop for a minute and take a quick dip because it just feels good, you know. And what I will say is this. This is a great place to come if you have an entrepreneurial spirit, if you have the ability to work as a, you know, in the country. That's great. A lot of people don't, though. If you come as an expat, you don't. But many, many, many people, in fact, most people I know come here and they start something. I started as a teacher, an English teacher in a school, little school, paid like no money. And then I began to use the skills I brought with me. And so whatever you may be doing, I would say, you know, just hone that, work on that, because you can absolutely create whatever you want here. That's the great thing about it. On the one hand, it's kind of, it can be a little daunting because it's not like, okay, you just go get a job or whatever. But really, if you come here, do you really want a job like that? That's not why you're here, right? You're here because of this. This is why you come here. But, and if you're not, if you're a retiree, let me just back up a little bit. Okay, that's better. So if you're a retiree, then great, you don't really have to worry about that. But if you still need to have some income just to kind of keep things afloat, then, you know, you do whatever. A lot of people, including myself, do online businesses, online type of work, whether it's teaching. I know someone who teaches English to people in China. And so her schedule's a little odd because she's got to be up in the middle of the night sometimes. But, you know, it pays her decent enough money. And other people, like I said, have started business. They've started restaurants or opened boutiques, or I know a lady who has a translation service and she speaks a few different languages. You know, I mean, just the sky's the limit, whatever you want to do. So I would recommend that. Do not be discouraged. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can do. Of course there is. The challenge is, number one, you have to believe it, and you have to just, you know, have some guts and go do it, go give it a shot. I mean, if you're lucky enough to be in a position where you don't have to work, God bless you, seriously. But for those of us who do, at least for a while longer, then, you know, this is what I'm recommending to you, is that you do something that you love. You know, what do you love to do? Maybe you love to play tennis, and so great, you give tennis lessons. You know, I'm not saying you can necessarily survive on tennis lessons. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but that's certainly a great way to make some extra money. Maybe if you love kids, or you like, I'm about to do a little second side gig teaching adults at businesses English. Someone asked me if I'd be willing, they asked me a while back if I wanted to teach, and I was like, no, I don't want to teach anymore. And so some months went by, and then we spoke again, and he told me that, no, this is for businesses, for adults. And I thought, oh, well, that's different. Yeah, I'll deal with adults. So I'm actually looking forward to that. We went by one business today, a hotel, and just spoke to them. He really spoke to these people about what he's doing. The lady signed up for 50 people on the spot. So I'm saying, if you have an entrepreneurial spirit, you can make some money, right? And again, this is Dominican money, so don't think like U.S. standards or wherever you may be, more developed country standards. This is going to be how it is to live here. But coming from the U.S., I can tell you that you can live on about a third of what you might live on in the U.S. You can absolutely comfortably live here for maybe $2,000 a month and be fine. Obviously the cities like Santo Domingo and Santiago are more expensive, so maybe up it by a little bit. But here, $2,000 a month, you're good. You're really good. You're living in a very nice home. You have plenty to eat. I spend a lot of money at the grocery store, mainly because my son likes little, kind of crappy like yogurt, those little containers with like liquid to cut back on that, because he doesn't need to be eating all that crap anyway. So I looked at my grocery bill for the past couple of months. It's between $200 and $300 usually. And that's generous because I just buy probably more than we really need. You can absolutely get a place to live for well under $1,000 a month. I just use 1,000 because it's a nice round number and people can relate to that. But 800 for sure. I'm paying less than that even. Depends. Hola, ¿cómo está? Sí. So food, all that, to get around. So for example, we take the bus when we go to Santo Domingo. Absolutely, it's cheaper to purchase from local farmers. So if you do that like a Dominican, and you go to like the little roadside stands, or like your fruit guy, or there's a place in town, well, there's all kinds of places in town, little fruit stands, and they'll even sell like little bags of spices, like fresh spices, or their eggs, or whatever it is. That stuff is usually dirt cheap. Like right now, watermelons are a little bit high because it's not quite the season. But so you might pay $3, $4 for a watermelon. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. But it's a big old juicy, delicious watermelon. But everything else is just cheap, because you can go pick it yourself. That's the thing. So yeah, if you don't have to be in the grocery store, then don't. There's no need for all of that. But and like I said in another video, there's you could have your own chicken guy, or if you like to eat pork, some neighborhoods will do like pig roasts every now and then. They'll have the pig on a spit, and then you just go tell them you want some kilos or however much you want, a leg or something, and you do that. And it's really cheap and it's delicious. I'm not really a pig eater, but I did taste some before. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. So there's lots of different things you can do. It is very, very, very affordable. You don't have to have a super plan. I came here with the little job, like I told you, a little bit of savings, and I mean like not high in double digits, right? A little savings. And I lived very comfortably for like a year. I don't know. I was working, but still, I wasn't making much money, like I said. I think most people who come probably have more money than I do, unless they're like backpackers or whatever. I don't really know who has what money, but I'm just saying, yeah, obviously if you're coming as a couple or you're retired, then you tend to have more money than that. I also had other money coming from the States from my clients, but but I was very comfortable. And we traveled a little bit, and it's easy to travel around the country. There's lots and lots of places to go. In fact, my son's spring break is coming up in April, and I'm thinking about maybe we'll go like to the mountains or to a river or someplace, because the beach is always here. So it's like, well, we don't need to go see another beach. We see beaches every day. Something like that. So maybe we'll rent like a little cabin. High season is coming to an end at the end of April. I put this in the deep, and I should put the camera. Come with me, please. This is to Jarabacoa, exactly. We went to Jarabacoa a couple years ago. Can I swim with this thing? Oh my gosh, you guys. Wait, let me just make sure my camera does not get wet. So Jarabacoa is beautiful. It's actually really cool up in the mountains. So a lot of people like to go there time because it's cool. And it is the pit of hell here in the summertime, I will tell you that. Now, if you like heat, this is your place, right? Ooh, it's chilly actually, the wind is blowing. It's cold, brr. Don't hate me because I'm in the tropics. So yeah, Jarabacoa, Monte Plata. There's lots of places. There's lots and lots of places to go. I don't know all of them, which is why I want to go find out. So we are on the cusp. So if you look at a map of the DR, on the eastern side, right, there if you look down low on the eastern side, there's Punta Cana and all that. We're north of that. There's a little peninsula, like a little finger sticking out. That's called the Samana Peninsula. We're there. The little tiny town called Las Terrenas. It's kind of on the northern side of there. And if you follow, there's like a little curve, and there's Nagua and Cabrera. It is humid as 10,000 humidities, whatever. In the summer, it's super, super hot in the summertime. It's great for your skin, you know, great for sweating out toxins and all that. And honestly, you do get used to it. I mean, people are like, oh, how can you get used to that much heat? And I will say I did. I mean, air conditioning helps for one, but also you just, for one, the pace is slower. And so you just kind of, you know, vibe into it, and you're not eating a lot of heavy foods, and well, I'm not anyway. And you know, you're in the pool a lot at the beach, or you do what you do. You drink a lot of limon, which is lime juice, limeade, basically. It's so good, or things like that. You know, drink a lot of Presidente. That's a national beer. So anyway, so we're on this little coast. Cabrera is up from us. There's lots and lots and lots of places here that we have yet to discover. And this country is not just a bunch of beautiful beaches. I mean, of course it's that, but it's mountains, it's rivers, it's desert area, there's rainforest, there's, you can do hiking, there's all kinds of stuff. And I have a friend who likes to camp. I don't have any camping equipment, but we might go camping. I'm down to try it. You know, I don't want to be out having to rough it too much for too long. As you can see, I like a little luxury in my life, but I'm okay to go camping for a couple days, you know, try that out. I'm not really a beer drinker. Actually, if I'm going to drink a beer, I'd rather have Bohemia, which is like another offshoot of the Presidente label. I feel like Bohemia is for the ladies and Presidente is for the men. I don't know. I just made that up, but whatever. I'm more of a rum girl. If I'm going to have a drink, give me some rum. When in Rome, have Cuba Libre or whatever. So I worked out today. I worked out twice this week, but still my trainer's like, but tu falta mucho. Telling me I don't come enough because I did miss Tuesday and I was gone last week. So he's on my case because I was like, I was so struggling in there. He's kicking my butt. Sí, yo falto a veces, pero es la vida lo que pasa. So whatever, he'll get over it. If you want to find a man, ladies, there's plenty of them running around. Now, it's a different topic, but I will say this real quick to the single ladies who may be interested. Most Dominicans, they couple up very, very young. There's a lot of young girls here who are having babies, mainly because the educational level is very low. And that's just, you know, if you don't have a whole lot else to do in your life, you know, that's what you do. You make babies, or at least you practice making babies. And so there's a lot of really young people here with kids, and they're coupled up. And I'm talking like young, like 20s, early 30s, right? The older they get, those people if they're either like definitely like with a bunch of kids, or they may get married. There's a lot of people here who just have babies and don't get married. You know, there's that contingent. But then there are those who do get married, and you know, you may have heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Dominican men are like the worst in terms of running around and all that." I don't know. I mean, a man's a man. I'm not saying all men do that, but I'm not going to just blame Dominican men. I don't, you know. I can't really speak on that exactly. I've certainly heard of it. I know this happened. I know people that's happened to, but I also know American women that it's happened to with American men. So, you know, and American women who've cheated, you know, so it's not just exclusive to gender, I don't think. I think a lot of it has to do with opportunity. A lot of people are trying to, the Dominicans would like to have a chance to go to live in America and be able to earn more money or improve their quality of life. It's the same thing you've heard about in a lot of different countries. I've had one man already ask me to marry him. It's like, I don't think so. And another one, all men are loyal. You know what? It's what you believe. So there you go. Thank you. It's what you believe. If you believe that. So there's some men, you know, I think some men will play that game. They call it Sankey Panky here, where the ladies come, they just want to hook up with a fine-ass Dominican man, basically. And they are beautiful, a lot of them. And they'll do that. You see some old, wrinkly-looking women who don't care. There are no rules here, by the way. So it's not like, well, I'm, you know, 45 and he's 25, so that doesn't look good. They don't care on either side. The men are like down to if they can, get some money, maybe get a visa, what have you, and the women are down for probably a really good time. The converse is true also, where you'll see old wrinkly men with these young beautiful girls. And I think sometimes the girls get out, like with visa, whatever, but I think more often than not, they're just having a good time. I do know of some women who've like moved to Italy or things like that with Italian men, and maybe they stay married, maybe they don't. But I mean, that's super, super common. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you just want to have some fun, there is plenty of fun to be had. If you want something more serious, well, then you're going to go about it a little bit differently. So that's my take. I feel like I need to do a dip. Oh! Just because. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I just needed to get wet. I needed to get wet. Okay, so excuse me. That's really all I had for you. That's really all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to get in the pool because it's Women's Day, and I feel great. Well, you said you're moving in May, right, Tyrone? So soon this will be you. This will be you. In May, it's going to start to heat up. It will start to heat up. This is March. And I will say, because as you see, I'm on top of a hill. Let me show you again. So I'm way up on top of this hill. So it's windy. Look at the trees. Can you see them blowing? Or over here, maybe. Let's see. Can you see the trees blowing? I can't see exactly because the sun's in my eyes. Okay, there. Well, certainly you can hear the wind. It's windy, and so I'm wet. So I'm a little chilly. I'm going to do a few laps. I'm going to go. Nice to see you guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Say something nice to a woman in your life, even if it's you. Look in the mirror, say, girl, you are beautiful. I love you. You can do anything. You have everything you need. Thank you, God. Thank you. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Bye. Take care.